addition to that, what you're getting from First Alert, which is one of the premier companies when it comes to creating fire smoke alarms, what you need is a carbon monoxide alarm to go along with it. We are gonna give you 3 of these, a 3-pack. These will last you 10 years each. So a total of 30 years, but mostly you're gonna put these in different parts of your house. 3 flex payments, free shipping and handling on this. I will tell you that I am very passionate about this because I have a friend whose brother died of carbon monoxide poisoning. You never think it's gonna happen to somebody you know. It never even crosses your mind. And then something tragic happens. This is going to alert you not just to a fire, but also to that carbon monoxide, which you can't see, you can't taste, you can't smell, any of it. That's why it's so important. Lori Leland is joining me from her home, where I know she has these in her home. And I will tell you who I'm buying it for, because my daughter is doing an Airbnb because they kicked them off campus for this, you know, virtual school now at college. And the first thing she said was, she goes, Mom, she goes, one of the bedrooms has a boiler in it. She goes, I'm not sure about the carbon monoxide. I'm not sure if we should actually be sleeping in that room. I said, let me tell you what you're getting right here. Because how important is this to every single home, not just from the fire, the smoke, but the carbon monoxide. That is a very serious thing, and nobody knows that better than I do.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear your story. I know a lot of us have been affected in some way or another by smoke, by fires, by carbon monoxide, and this is really that do-it-all alarm. So you're getting a 3-pack from First Alert. So instead of having to have that separate carbon monoxide alarm and that separate smoke detector, this is all in one. So this replaces this. And I will tell you, and you already set this up so beautifully, Alice, First Alert is the most prestigious, well-recognized, trusted brand when it comes to fire safety in our homes. So this is gonna protect us from both fire and carbon monoxide in our homes. And I will tell you, Americans are severely underprotected in this country. The American Fire Protection Association says that 3 out of 5 home fire deaths happen in homes that don't have working smoke detectors, and we're twice as likely to die in a home fire if our smoke detectors don't work. So if all we're doing here today is making you aware of the smoke detectors you currently have, then we are definitely doing our job. You might want to add these to the ones that you already have. And by the way, these don't require any batteries. They have a 10-year battery. So Alice, one of the big drawbacks about the other battery-operated smoke detectors was as soon as the batteries died, they would chirp, chirp, right? And they would start chirping at, I don't know why, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it would drive the entire family crazy. Everyone would wake up. With this, now you never have to worry about buying another battery for a decade. So that's going to be 2030 before you ever have to think about buying a battery. And the thing is, when you hear that chirp chirping, you just want it to stop, right? So what do? Do you hit it with a broom handle? Do you pull the batteries out? And then how long is your family unprotected while you're waiting for the specialty batteries to come in to put back into it? You never have to worry about this, that with this. You never have to worry about replacing batteries. You're never worrying about any expense going forward. And like we said, smoke detection, super important, but also carbon monoxide. It's called the silent killer for a reason. And Alice, you've experienced this with a friend firsthand. You don't even know what's happening to you. You basically just start feeling flu-like symptoms because your body is being deprived of oxygen. And you know, it can get you, and you don't even realize what's going on. So over 50,000 people annually are hospitalized with carbon monoxide poisoning. This is going to tell you, it's not just going to tell you if it's a fire or carbon monoxide. It has a voice that will speak to you that you can set from 12 different locations in your home so that it can tell you exactly where the problem is so you can get up and out of the house. And it's recommended that you put these in the bedrooms, that you put these in the hallways leading up to the bedrooms, that you put these in your living areas. So look around right now. If you don't have enough, this 3-pack could be very helpful for that whole home experience, for a lot of us to actually spread these out through our whole homes. Because the other thing, Alice, a lot of people don't realize that these smoke detectors, they have a lifespan. They are only meant to last for a decade. They only last for about 10 years because then the sensors start to wear out. So if you haven't replaced, if you haven't thought about them in a while, don't take your existing smoke detectors for granted. Upgrade, get some new ones. Even if you're just adding these, really we need all the information that we can get, especially with carbon monoxide fireplaces. We're going to start using our wood stoves, any of your gas appliances. They could be leaching right now and you don't even know it.
And you don't even even know it. I mean, I will bet you, I will bet you $100, Lori, that almost everybody who is watching right this second has maybe a smoke detector in their home, but I bet they don't have a carbon monoxide monitor. So few of us think about it. It just doesn't cross your mind, and it needs to cross your mind. It needs to, this is something that is so serious, and you just don't think about it until it's too late. So buy it if you want to as a really great smoke detector that's gonna last you 10 years. I mean, stop and think about that. You're getting 3 for under $100 that are going to last you 10 years. You don't have to worry about one single thing for 10 years. That is an amazing amount of time to have something so important that you just don't even, that you can just go, okay, I'm covered, I'm good. Because I also had a friend who's, it was their parents, middle of the night, and his mom heard some kind of alarm going off, and she thought it was her husband's CPAP machine, you know, making some noise because it wasn't very loud or anything, or very shrill. It turned out to be the smoke detector. The fire started in the garage, came right towards the bedroom. They barely got out alive. The house burned to the ground. Literally, they were outside, watched their house burn to the ground. This is so important on every level, whether you're buying it as a smoke detector that you don't have to think about for 10 years, that is made by one of the premier manufacturers when it comes to smoke detectors, okay? Buy it for that. But the carbon monoxide aspect of it, I cannot tell you how important it is. If you Google it, if you want to read about it, please do. But there are no signs of that. There's just no signs. And then it's too late. That's why you want this particular set. This one is the one that sold out. We sold this out so quickly last time because people who have knowledge of carbon monoxide, they know they want this in both. They know that it's important to have both protections built in. So you're gonna have that with this set, but this is just back in stock. It is the only time you're gonna see it today. And Lori, just couldn't be more important.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it so well. We all know carbon monoxide. We've heard of it, right? It's the silent killer because there's no odor, there's no flavor. You can't see it, you can't smell it. There is absolutely no way to know if it's in your home right now. It's odorless, colorless. You can't smell it. Like I said, there's absolutely no way to know. You need a monitor to tell you. And with your daughter away at college, I would absolutely send 1 or 2 of these off to her. You can split up this set, give a couple to mom and dad, add 1 to your own home. For a lot of us with 3, that's going to be all you need for your whole home. Add to the existing ones you have. I'm going to go ahead and set it off because it's really loud. So this is a very, very loud 85 decibel siren, and it is also that spoken word. So you set this for the different locations in your home, and then this is going to tell you where the problem is and what it is. So here's that spoken word. It's loud. Woo. Child's bedroom.
Wow.
It takes a second. It's going to go through the next cycle as well. And you can test this whenever you want.
Warning. Evacuate. Carbon monoxide in child's bedroom. Evacuate.
Can't believe that.
Okay, so carbon monoxide level 0. That gives me great peace of mind. So you can test this whenever you want just to find out what's going on with the carbon monoxide in your home. And take a look at how easy this is. You get a mounting bracket and a little bit of hardware. It's 2 screws. So everyone's going to be able to do this. Then you just twist the smoke detector onto that base. And it's set it and forget it, Alice. You don't have to do one other thing. You get this home. It's good for 10 full years protecting your family with the spoken word, with that super, super loud alarm.
I mean, it works out to be what? Call it $35 each. 10 years each. What is that, $3.50 a year? But it's not just a smoke alarm. It is also that carbon monoxide. It's one of the first things that when Callie Northagen and I own a boat together, one of the first things that we put on that boat was the smoke and the carbon monoxide detector, because especially with boats, then a lot of times the smoke from the diesel engine can actually just waft right back into the cabin. And again, you don't know it. You have no signs of it. It doesn't smell. It doesn't, none of that. So that's why this is so important to have the two features that really are going to provide such protection for you. I have just over 2,000 of these. That's all we could get our hands on. They sell out every time we offer them, and I'm so happy to say that because you need this. You will want that protection. And frankly, to have it for 10 years at each one of these being something like $3.35 a year, I mean, for that kind of dual protection, and especially as we get ready to close up our homes right now, more important than ever, but please also think about your boat, think about your RVs, think about things like that, okay? That's what's important, because it can happen anywhere, anytime, and you just don't think about it so many times until it's too late, Lori. This is so important when it comes to prevention. This is the way to do it, and First Alert makes it happen without having to think about, oh, when did I replace those batteries? Does that thing still even work? But frankly, I've never heard any kind of alert system where it actually identifies where the problem is. I've never heard of that before. Not even from First Alert.
You just set this, and it goes through 12 different locations in your home. So you set it when you're putting it up. So if you move it, you can just change it to a different location. Yeah. But if there is a problem, it will tell you where that problem is. And I will tell you, this has a smart smoke entry design and photoelectric technology. So this is tiny but mighty. It is packed with technology. So it's going to give you great peace of mind. You know, like you said, Alice, we're home more right now. We're about to close up our homes. We're going to start burning fires in the fireplaces, fire up our wood burning stoves. Those are all potential sources of carbon monoxide in our home. So this is going to give you that information. But because this is so smart with that photoelectric technology, it's able to detect the particle size of the smoke. So it's not going to go off unless you very likely do have a problem. So it's called nuisance resistant technology, meaning you're going to have fewer false alarms. So that's really important with this as well. Very, very easy to put up and mount high up on a wall or on a ceiling, totally up to you. And again, the smoke detectors that we currently have, take a look and see what you have in your home right now. Because if they're aging, if they're starting to yellow or get gray with age, they're looking not so good, you might think about replacing them, because these sensors, the smoke sensors built into these smoke detectors, no matter what brand, no matter what style, they all have an efficacy that lasts about 10 years. And then they start to be less effective because the sensors start to break down. So you might need to get some new ones, add to your old ones, or even replacing your old ones to make sure that your family is protected. And what we love about First Alert, they do their research. I had the privilege of going to their campus in Chicago a couple of years ago. I did a tour. I met the team. They've been innovating for over 60 years. Now, Alice, I don't know if I've told you this, but I've been seeing kind of an off-brand, no-name smoke detector being marketed a lot lately. And I would not be comfortable placing my family's lives in the hands of a brand that I don't know. And this is First Alert. We know them. They do such a great job. And the real technology and the due diligence and the 60-year history is all built into every single smoke detector that they create. And this is a must-have. We've all been touched by home fire. You have your stories that I've heard, you know, over the years, and new ones all the time. It's so sad. I mean, and it's avoidable. When you have the information, this could potentially save lives. Not the sexiest thing in the world, but when you have these, you at least have great peace of mind.
And something that a lot of times we think, oh, you know what, never going to happen to me, until it does. Until it does happen. And then you can't take it back. You can't change it. You can't go back and go, oh gosh, I wish I'd put those alarms in. Get them now. I am telling you the truth. I am going to buy these. I am going to send them to my daughter because they kicked them off campus, that she's leaving today for college. I can't believe it. It's been so much fun having her home. But she's, you know, you want them to go off. You want them to have fun. You want them to be safe. So she's doing an Airbnb, Lori, an Airbnb with like 4 other kids, right? But how do I know what that homeowner has done in that Airbnb to protect that home? How do I know if there's working smoke detectors in there? How do I know if there's any kind of carbon monoxide alert? I will bet you there's not. I will bet you, because we just don't think about carbon monoxide until it's too late. I think we all think, oh, it's something in the garage or here or there. You need to know where it is. If it comes in, you will not know unless you have a way to alert yourself. This is the way you get all 3 of these. 10 years. Peace of mind, absolutely 10 years, peace of mind. And you know what, if you did have an RV or a boat or whatever, and you have this in your home, then what you can do is you can take it with you if you want to. You can move it into the RV and take it with you when you're on the road. That's the portability of this. This doesn't have to be that wall installation that some of the others that are hardwired, that are just permanent fixtures. This one, I could move from place to place, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, that really is the beauty of having a battery operated smoke detector, right? And you said it so well, but the problem with battery operated is the batteries wear out. And typically it's every year. And usually it's chirping. And usually it's 3 in the morning when that happens. And we're waking up our whole family and we just want it to stop, right? With this is a 10-year battery. So you don't have to worry about it. You're not going to spend another dime in the next decade buying batteries. So this is going to save you so much money. It gives you great peace of mind. You're getting the latest technology. And you said it, Alice, those older homes, rentals, apartments, you don't know the status of those smoke detectors. I bought a new house. It's 20 years old. All the detectors were super old. I had to replace them all. But I trust First Alert for that.
Mine were hardwired, which may be good, you know, in a certain way, but I couldn't take it to my boat. I want it on my boat, particularly with that carbon monoxide. These are the ones you want. These are the best of the best. And 10 years, you get to use them. Please invest in them. But like I said, limited quantities across the board on these. Lori's coming back next hour with our ZVox. I'm so excited about that. I own ZVox. It's a sound bar. Why don't you tell them very quickly what that is, Lori?
Yeah, absolutely. I know you and I are obsessed with this. So it is a hearing aid enabled sound bar. It has patented hearing aid technology built right in. It's only 17 inches. Attach it to any television and it is going to allow the voices to pop. It clarifies the voices, pushes them forward. Everything sounds better, but you can actually hear dialogue on television thanks to ZVox. Huge customer pick. We have an incredible value for you. And this one has 12 levels, Alice. The one you